You know what? I might sound stupid to you, but I've been on Google. I know what the internet is. I've been on there. I've been hearing what you've been saying about that's it, that's all. Oh, is it gonna be too much of a documentary? Oh, it's gonna be too long. They're gonna have too much emo music. I want more rock and roll. Give me some more rap. There's too much powder, not enough handrails. Shut it! You know what? I do not care what you think. Shut your open mouth when you're talking to me, because this is gonna be a darn good movie.
He was my first child, and then he has a sister who's about 5 years younger. And there's a reason she's about 5 years younger, because after having Travis, the thought of another child was a little difficult.
He is such a phenomenon when he buckles in. When I watch him, not just me, but when his peers watch him, that oftentimes they'll just sit back and they'll be like, oh, I want to watch the Travis Rice show.
He's just fast, big, and technical.
You know, this is his backyard, this is his playground, this is, you know, his world, it's these mountains.
What is snowboarding to me? I'd say it's when I feel passion. When it comes down to it, it's the exploration. Being able to travel. It's the never-ending search for that next feature, that new zone. And most importantly, it's just about being out here and being able to enjoy all this with my friends. What is snowboarding to me? It's my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for flying with us. On our final approach, please make sure your seat bags and trays are in their upright and locked positions.
New Zealand? Yeah, New Zealand's epic. I mean, it feels like a second home to me.
Carry-on bags are stored on the floor beneath you. We should be on the ground shortly.
I mean, I've been coming down here the last 7-8 years, and It's a trip. You can hop on a flight, and a day later you go from middle of summer straight into winter. Between the people and the terrain, it's one of my favorite places to ride.
Here we are, ready to embark on one of the wildest rides we've ever been on. We've got heavy hitters John Jackson or Travis Royce.
Travis, you know what time it is?
No, Mark, I actually don't know, Tom.
Time to get destroyed!
Bloody beautiful. If you got nollie boots, put them on. We're gonna go get extreme.
Yeah, riding down here is based on, day-to-day assessment. I mean, it's just an exposed island down in the South Pacific. You can go out one day and have some of the best conditions you've seen your entire trip. The following day, it's like, you know, it's just a part of it. Yeah, I guess what makes this so appealing to me is, you know, all the peripheral things you see along the way. You know, looking back, if I had to call out, you know, the few pivotal moments in my life, meeting Brian Iguchi was one of them. You know, a legend of legends who up and moved from California to here and gave up everything. I mean, all his sponsors dropped him because, you know, he moved into the woods. He wasn't in the limelight anymore. But what it really was he found what he was looking for. I feel like I was able to apprentice under a master.
You know, the more I started exploring, the more, you know, I learned that there really is something special here. And it's a big mountain, and, you know, it's easy access, so it makes you a strong rider. And I can imagine Travis growing up here, you know, there was limitless possibilities. It wasn't like, oh, wait, this is what is available. It's just endless.
Growing up in a place like Jackson, it's really easy to take it for granted. I graduated high school and thought I was headed straight to college. And, you know, here I am 8 years later. You know, it wasn't really until this past season, for the first time since I was a kid, I was able to spend an entire season here that, you know, it kind of dawned on me that what I'd been looking for all this time was right in my backyard.
Job's done. The cow is fat. Time to slaughter.
My name, Terje Håkonsen, from Norway.
Yeah, first time I met Terje, I was like so shy, I couldn't even talk, and just like meeting the hero, you know, and now I'm here on a heli trip with him, and it's unbelievable, you know.
1988, I bought my first board. It's a Burton Elite 150. Got lucky, got on the Burton team in a young age. I got to meet Craig Kelly in 1990, and that probably like changed my whole look on snowboarding.
Yeah, as a kid, there was guys I looked up to in snowboarding, and then there was Terje. And now I'm on a trip with him and Nicholas Mueller. I'm cool with that.
Something on the street. I can see him from my window, they can see him from the water. Just a victim of the press. Yeah. I knew him when he was breathing. He was a good man, he was a young man. He was like you. He was like me. It could have been me. It could have been me. Twisted in the breeze. Left for the children on the street. He should have kept his mouth shut. We never should have. Don't go drinking down by the docks. You don't know him, you'll wake up. Walk up on the water. No one ever asked him if he wanted to go. Didn't have many options. He was smart, he got out when he could. Should have stayed in the Pacific. Should have stayed in the Pacific. Could have had it good. Any island would do. Any island would do. I knew when he was breathing. He was a good man, he was a young man. He was like you, he was like me. It could have been you, should have been me. But it should have been the press gang. But it should have been the press gang. Cut him down, cut him down, cut him down.
This trip, being with two of my favorite snowboarders, two of the best in the world, it's just like a dream come true.
So, what do I gotta do? These guys are always getting me to do something that I don't want to do, pretty much. It's just inevitable.
Yeah, Pat. You look a little nervous.
that was not cool at all. That pretty much ruined snowmobiling for me.
A quick survey of the surroundings instantly confirmed the urgency of my summons. But again, it was that old never judge a book by its cover story. But again,
For me, art is just a way to give back to this sport that's given me everything that I love. It's given me my life and my whole existence, and doing Travis's graphic is the tip of the iceberg. It's awesome. You know, it's like a way to stay involved in this community, this so-called sport, but, you know, after all, it's just the beginning.
No. No.
This is the one.
Hey, you're not around. What the?
Hey Travis, this is Pete. Hey, those boards are almost done and they look killer. Where are you guys gonna be at? We can ship them to Jackson or wherever. Just give me a shout back and let me know. Later. Hey, this is Pete. I don't check my voicemail, but leave me a detailed message.
Hey, Peter. Piper, pick the pepper. Boy, you got some swell coming into Seattle these days, huh? Yeah, I'm heading up to Alaska with Jeremy Jones and crew. So, yeah, just send them to Valdez. Love you, Pete. Yeah, the crazy thing for me about coming up to AK is that there's so many variables that are constantly changing in the snowboarding world as far as progression and video parts, contests, tricks. You know, it's great. It's kind of breathed life into kind of what we do. But the funny thing about coming to AK is, like, nothing's changed.
I first came here when I was 18, and I've come back every year since for a minimum of a month, a year. Oh, my first time up here I had $1,200, and I had 100 Cliff Bars, and I ate every Cliff Bar, and of that 1,200 bucks, 1,100 of it went to helis. Yeah, I mean, I was already gonna be part of the mountains, but I'm like, there's no way that I'm not being in Alaska every year. Like, I don't care what I have to do. You know, the traditional college desk job program officially went out the window for good. Here we are, the home of the Aurora Borealis. We're in Alaska, mates. People are packing pistols. Orcas are on the ocean. We've got eagles flying overhead. Camping Joe Travis Royce. We're coming in strong. Yes.
Get her down, buddy.
Nicholas, drop. Which is on your trail, my lord. The storm is storming high.
man, but it's times like those I see God.
Nicholas Mueller, 3, 2, 1. Bryce, drop. Yeah.
Jeremy Jones, he's right there.
Jeremy Jones, drop. Yeah, Jeremy.
Dropping.
Lambic, drop.
Since I was probably 12 years old, every winter for me it's about waking up and going snowboarding and going to the coolest place you can go snowboard that day. I mean, I started snowboarding on golf courses in Massachusetts, and I've always, from a young age, had a desire to ride bigger and better mountains. And every time I get to go to Alaska and ride there, it never gets old.
That thing's ready to go. Can you put me on top of that?
Radio check, Jeremy Jones.
Gotcha, Jeremy.
So I will be dropping a fall line here off this main spine, going skiers right, around the cliff, and then I should be able to exit in the main couloir, and the snow looks pretty darn rippable. All right, I'm ready. How you guys doing?
All right, Jeremy, go for it.
That's it. That's all, folks.
Ice axe. Probably not good to hold my broken arm, but what are you gonna do?
Moments away from a 2,000-foot spine run. Yeehaw. probably the best line of the trip, but I paid the price at the end. Oh, man.
Riding in Alaska, it's kind of like you gotta go out there and feel the snowpack and check out the stability, you know? You don't wanna drop in anywhere and the whole thing just rips out on you. It's serious out there, you know, like you can definitely die like anytime.
Slide behind you, Mark. Slide behind you. Cut left or right. Slide behind you, Mark. Cut left or right.
Man, you can't let your guard down out there. You're gonna get spanked.
I knew there was a chance that when I got onto this flank, there might be a subtle instability in the snowpack, and kind of had my safe zone, which was getting to the ridge.
Hold on, Chris. Go left. Go left. Clear. I'm all right.
Almost didn't quite make it to the safe zone. I definitely had to pull some like Wolverine shit and scratch and claw my way to the ridgeline.
Did it happen when I touched at the top or when I hammered that turn?
I think it happened when you hammered the turn. Pop.
Alaska can be dangerous, but it's part of what makes it so exciting. That and the fact that every time you come up here, it's a complete roll of the dice. It's the chance at scoring perfect conditions that keep us coming back year after year. I mean, people come up here because if you hit it right, it is the best place to snowboard in the world.
it, I guess. Try a new trick. Peace out.
It's redundant when people say, oh, well, snowboarding's progressed so much and this and that, but that's what Travis is doing. He takes everything a little step further.
That's the key thing. There's a lot of excellent athletes out there, and Trav, he strives like good athletes do for perfection in what he does and to push the envelope.
I think the cool thing about him is he knows that it doesn't last forever, you know, and he's pushing it as hard as he can now before he's old and decrepit and sitting in a bird suit.
He loves to snowboard. I mean, he just loves it. And his passion for snowboarding and progression is so strong that he works so hard at everything he does. You know, whether it be the business side of the sport, whether it be, you know, actually hiking a jump until he gets exactly what he wants, you know, riding a line over and over. He's just relentless. He doesn't give up. That's it, that's all.
I love moments like this when you just haven't done a trick in like a very long time. You're like, dude, it's in there somewhere. Just start spinning and it'll all come back to you.
So the whole universe will glow.
You know, I wouldn't even call snowboarding a sport. You know, for me, it's just a way of life. You know, it's a chance to finally just shut your brain off and live within the moment. You know, and for as long as I'm able, man, I will ride until the day that I die.